Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Another week in the crypto market, and let's get straight into the Bitcoin price action. We are having a look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, and it is looking like a potential breakout. I don't want to speak too soon. We are going to zoom in on the 4-hour time frame, but what you can see here is, this downsloping resistance trend line, which we've been keeping an eye on for, since the beginning of February. So this has been a downsloping resistance trend line over here for a while now, and we've patiently just been waiting for a breakout of that. We obviously got multiple rejections. We got rejected over there, we got rejected in this zone over there, and we have just been treating the 50-day EMA as resistance. You can see over there, and now seems like a potential good time to be breaking out. It's obviously massive news. Later today, President Trump speaks. A lot of people are looking at this news event to be a volatile one and potentially a, marking of the bottom. The bottom maybe here is the bottom in. I don't know. I believe that bottom may be in because everyone thinks, we're going to come down and sweep these lows, and everyone's waiting for that 72K, 74K, 75K. And the exact same thing happened over here, guys. I remember this very clearly. We just grinded sideways. Everyone was calling that they're going to be going all in 20K, all in at 22K, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of making me lean towards Bitcoin, having a move to the upside here, having a breakout. Everyone's waiting for lower prices. Everyone's waiting for the ideal entry, and the ideal entry may not come, and everyone will most likely be left behind again. Guys, this is how it works every single time. So, are we out of the woods? We're not out of the woods. We're not out of the woods yet. It's definitely not out of the woods, but we are waiting for a, some signs and symptoms of the breakout to be occurring, and a breakout of this trend line, couple daily closes outside the trend line. For me, that's good enough. That's good enough. So I'm patiently waiting here. I'm going to start bidding altcoins. If today we do get a breakout, it's going to be going long on a few trades. I'm looking at XRP, guys. I'm looking at XRP. I'm looking at ETH. Solana, I'm already in a Solana trade, which haven't been stopped out, but we are hanging on there. And there are many other altcoins which I'm just going to start opening positions on. I am long on Ondo, slightly down on that one. Toncoin's also looking good. We can have a look at those later. But XRP is one that I'm going to start to get in really soon. I think, the odds of it coming underneath $1.90 are slim. So, there is definitely a trade here. The only issue with XRP is how high do we go? How high do we go? Where's the TP? So if this is our, our stop loss, $1.90, and we target the all-time highs, something like that, that's a decent risk reward. That's a risk reward of 6. And I'm going to start slowly scaling into this, guys. I'm going to start slowly scaling into an XRP trade. We'll post it on the Telegram, but I might just open up a half position at the moment. So you can have a look at XRP, obviously on the CoinW mobile app over here. And, if we're looking at leverage, let's speak about leverage. So the leverage we're looking at is if we enter in now and our stop loss is at $1.90, we can take a 10% to the downside, which means I'm going to go at about an 8x leverage long. Market order, my account, let's say it's a $5,000 account. So I'm going to be going in for, I'm only going to risk 1% of my account, $50 at 8x leverage. And we're talking about a $400 long over there. Okay. So I'm going to be buying that. I'm long, bang, in 1% of the accounts. I'm in an XRP trade. I think this is looking good. I think this has a good chance to pump. And the reason why this is such a key level is that it's obviously this level over here as well. We don't want to see price underneath there. And it is underneath the 200-day EMA right over there, $1.90 zone over there. So, if XRP starts to come underneath this over there and start to look weak, then, we'll be out of the trade and we'll be entering maybe in the green box over there. But for now, the crypto market is looking good, potentially front running a breakout, obviously not risking massive amounts here. But yeah, it's not high leverage, 8x leverage, looking for a swing long. And the TPs are simple. So, if we are looking for TPs, we can take this wick low as a low over there, significant low. And this $2.60 is a significant level, and this is where something like TP would be. There's a lot of liquidity over there, and if you take this down sloping trend line, it'll likely link up there as well. So this is looking like a potential zone for TP1, and then TP2 would be over there, and then we'll leave a moon bag, of course, for our Fibonacci extension 618 or 2.618 over there, the Fibonacci extensions. But for now, opening a small long, taking a little bit of risk in the market at the moment. Obviously, volatile news event. Is the low in? I don't know, guys. I don't know if the low is in. Obviously, don't have a crystal ball, but this is a high probability resistance zone for Bitcoin. But it is looking like we can be gearing up for a move to the upside. So obviously, today's daily close is very important. The daily close today is very important. If we do see a big wick pump up to the upside like that, then this will be looking very bullish. And as soon as price can reclaim the 50-day EMA, so I would expect something like this. If we do get a huge pump today, pump up to the zone over here, I would expect that 93K would be massive resistance. You get rejected from there, you reclaim the 50 EMA, something like that, and we'd be getting into our longs right over here, guys. This would be perfect long zone over there, stop below the low over there, and then obviously targeting all-time highs for TP1. That is the ultimate swing trade. Obviously, we have to be patient for this one because it hasn't played out yet. But this is a perfect scenario of entering at a higher price with insurance. So the other trade, if you had to enter blindly now with no confirmations, you could enter now. Stop loss would go below this low over here because we haven't broken the market structure yet. And we target over there. And that's a risk reward of 2.87 to 1, which is less than the risk reward here of 3.26 to 1. So this is just a perfect scenario of waiting for a breakout and a confirmation and entering in at a higher price with a favorable risk to reward, because this would be our invalidation zone. So this is the setup we are looking for Bitcoin. But for now, you can expect this to be a rejection zone over there. The only reason I've gone into XRP is I do think it is going to start to move to the upside, of course, and smash those higher levels. And it's looking like this level is going to be defended. XRP is one of the only tokens to strongly be above the 200-day EMA. And I think if it does come down to the 200-day EMA, it's going to get a huge bounce off it. A lot of bots and people have their entries at such things like the 200-day EMA. So having a stop just below, very safe in my opinion. And let's see how this trade plays out, guys. Let's see how this trade plays out. But let's getting back into Bitcoin over there. If we go into the 4-hour time frame, I've got 2 lines over there. Here's the, just make it very accurate over there. And it looks like, we are approaching, this is obviously the exact same trend line, but on the 4-hour time frame. And you can see that, we've been rejected a few times. It is a clear trend line. Looks like the bullish momentum is starting to build over here. You can see at 61. But we have to get above the 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. Something like that will be looking really good for Bitcoin price. And that may happen today, guys. That may happen today. Of course, Trump speaking at 10 p.m. my time tonight. And that is a massive news event, of course, guys. That is a massive news event over there. If we have a look at the Bitcoin returns, because I wanted to speak about the returns today. Obviously, quarter 2, we just started quarter 2 yesterday. And looking at typical returns, the average return in quarter 2 is 25% for Bitcoin, which isn't bad. It's green, right? That is green. The average return for Ethereum is 60%. Obviously, we did play the long game for a little bit of the early quarter 1, just because of the returns of quarter 1 for Ethereum, which obviously failed miserably. But this is why risk management is key, guys. We can have a data set where the data and the stats are in our favor, but we can get a result which is not favorable. That's the game. That's maths, probabilities, trading, etc. So what we're going to do for quarter 2 is we're going to say, well, normally it's a positive return. So what we can expect is for a green quarter 2. That is what I'm expecting. I do think quarter 2 for Ethereum will be green. And last time we had a big kind of sell-off in Ethereum, you can see over there in quarter 1, we did have a green quarter 2 over there. And for Bitcoin, similar thing, the average return is 25%. So we are going to keep those odds in our favor. And if we have a look at April, April's normally not too bad for Ethereum, an average of 12%. to the upside and we have a look at Ethereum, our April average is 20%. So not too bad, guys. I think, we can get a decent move to the upside in the crypto market, and I think it is due, guys. It is due. So here we go. Bitcoin. So the levels for Bitcoin to get above, I would say, would be 89K. If we can close a daily candles above 89K, it's going to be looking really good because we're going to be above the 50-day EMA over there. We're going to be above these highs over here. I think if we can get above these highs, the bullish market structure is confirmed, and something like that, would be favorable. Of course, everything is on the table. If we break through, confirm the bullish market structure, then start to come down low, everyone's starting to panic out, close their longs, and then I think we can get that big move. This is reminding me of, I spoke about this earlier, guys, this is reminding me of, just from a psychological point of view, this period over here, guys. I don't know if you remember this period, if you guys were in the crypto market. Of course, this was August, September 2023. And this is, everyone got extremely bearish over here. And everyone was saying, we have to fill these fair value gaps. We have to come to these levels. We have to do this. We have to do that. And at the end of the day, the only winner is the market, of course. And here you can see, nice, it almost came to the 50% level at the time. And if you guys remember correctly, there was a lot of liquidity. There was, everyone was saying why we have to come to the zone between 24K and 20K. And it didn't happen, guys. And it's, it sounds the same with different numbers. So what it's sounding like is everyone's calling for 74K to, the upper 60K. Everyone's calling for it. Everyone wants it. Everyone's going to be going all in when this happens. Everyone's doing this. Everyone's doing that. But when that happens, when everyone starts to call for lower numbers, it doesn't happen, guys. It doesn't happen. So this is why I think the low and the bottom could potentially be in, guys. I think the low and the bottom could potentially be in over there. That is the low over there. And Bitcoin is still strong, guys. A lot of people misunderstand, the 50% levels and what they mean. What it means to me is, well, here's the low, here's the high. The 50% level is at 79K. Bitcoin is strong above 79K. That's what it is, guys. This is a very significant level over there. All-time highs, 50% level, 79.5K. And Bitcoin is strong above here. So in my opinion, no point freaking out. When Bitcoin starts to close below that, then we can look at prices like this. But for now, onwards and upwards, in my opinion, we do have our RSI, which I would personally like to see the RSI start to climb up, get into that 60 level. That would confirm it. So a breakout, get above 89K with the RSI going into the 60 level, and it's going to be A for away. So that's why I'm starting to take little bids into like low leverage swing longs at the moment. XRP is one of them, of course, and the risk reward is still good. But what I've been speaking about, guys, is I wouldn't ape in now, because the risk reward, if we claim $3 trillion and test $3 trillion as support, the risk to reward is still massive. So what you'd want to see as a crypto bull is for price to pump out here. We get that perfect W bottom. We reclaim the EMAs. So you want to see a breakout over there. Then we come down and we get that perfect test of 3 trillion as support over there, just like that. This would look like one big deviation. Then this is the risk reward of the year, guys. Risk reward of the year, in my opinion. Wait for this to happen. Get a nice push up over there. Come test $3 trillion. This is where we're going to be buying, entering heavily in our positions like that. And this gives us a very favorable risk reward of almost 5 to 1. And that's what we're looking for, guys. So I think now it is definitely worth risking, maybe between 5 to 10% of your trading account, getting in those low leverage longs, which we are going to be building throughout. So what you want to be doing at the moment is, getting into small positions now. If they get stopped out, they get stopped out. If they don't get stopped out, then we're going to be building those into massive positions when we reclaim $3 trillion and test it as support. And our final target for our crypto cycle, this cycle is going to be 5 trillion. 5 trillion is my target, is my conservative target as well. $5 trillion is where I'll be taking chips off the table. And of course, if we break out higher, you know, obviously moon bags will be kept. But this is the risk reward. And guys, it's not confirmed yet, and we haven't missed out at all. So this is what we're waiting for, typically what we're waiting for. But let's wait and see, guys. Only time will tell, only time will tell. But let me tell you that being patient will pay you more, of course, guys. Wait for the confirmations, wait for the trades, wait for the trends to change. But just remember, guys, when everyone's calling for lower levels, it often doesn't happen. So if you are completely out the market at the moment and all your orders are over here, you know, I wouldn't risk not being in the market at the moment. I am bullish, guys. I am bullish. But what would get me very bullish would be a break and reclaim of the 50-day EMA. That's sitting at 87.7K. Take out these highs. Bullish market structure confirmed. We have a low, high, higher low, higher high. When you see that, it's game on, guys. It's game on. Then we're going all the way. We will be going all the way if we do break above that 90K region over there. So definitely watch out, guys. I wouldn't be turbo aping in now. I saw something today. We are in April, which I thought was pretty funny. Aping into April. Of course, that would be the humor. But for now, you can sit in your hands, guys. I've been sitting on my hands for a while. You know, I've felt pretty lazy not taking as many trades as I usually do. But I've only been rewarded from that, guys. We've been going sideways for, you know, like 5-6 weeks now. To be honest, this is also a sideways period. Sideways and down, but still sideways. And we have called the sideways period. And we've been patiently waiting for the breakout, which today may be the day, guys. If it's not today, maybe it's Friday. Of course, NFP, a lot of volatile news events this week happening. Let's have a look at Solana. Solana is holding this support well. This is obviously a massive support over there. And, you know, could we see a deviation? I'm not sure. But Solana is due for a nice retest over there. This would look quite nice, of course, bullish market structure. This is why I went long over here, was where the bullish market structure obviously came and faked out. We haven't been stopped out of this trade yet. Stop losses over here, about 120, 121. And I think this is a decent trade as well. If you want to take the trade like this, very similar risk to reward, but you can be taking it right now. And then obviously targeting that 184 zone over there. And you can take profits at the EMAs because you can expect a micro rejection from the EMAs. So look at ETH. So ETH obviously broke down, looking pretty ugly. Came down to these lows over there. A little bit of bullish divergence forming, of course. That was down here. And then, you know, nice to see the momentum not go all the way down there. But at the end of the day, you know, XRP is struggling. There's a very, very aggressive trend line over here, which we could be approaching soon. But no confirmations for XRP yet, guys. I mean, for Ethereum yet, sorry. But I think, you know, if Ethereum can get a push up today with the crypto market, and then we can be getting into XRP. I mean, ETH, sorry, guys. I would like to see Ethereum reclaim $2,000. It's just a, you know, nice psychological number. Then we can be going into those low leverage longs. So, you know, you can wait for a reclaim and test of support at 2,000 over there. Get your stops underneath the lows over there. 12% lower, so we can look at like a 7x, 5x trade. And, you know, how high can we go? It's definitely worth having a moon bag or accumulating spot Ethereum, in my opinion, guys. I'm not going to go into altcoins at all because I obviously need to wait for Bitcoin to break out. And this is the chart to watch, guys. 4-hour time frame, in my opinion. Put this trend line over there. If we get a strong 4-hour close with volume above the 200-day EMA over there, it's game on. So what you can do is obviously open this chart up and you can put on the EMAs. Very simple. 200 EMA and 500 EMA, sorry, 50 EMA and 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. And then you can just mark off your alert. I'd be marking off an alert for like 86, 300 around there. If that gets tagged, then I'm going to come to the laptop, come to the screen, see what's going on. If you see nice big volume pushing through there, reclaiming and getting a 4-hour close outside, then I think it is game on. We can be looking for those longs. But if you are a daily longer term swing trader, there is no rush at all. if you get in at 84K or 88K, it's not the end of the world when we are targeting the upper levels there. All-time highs would be our take profits, something like that. So whether you're in now or over there, doesn't matter. I'd just be waiting for the confirmation. That is how I'm playing today, guys. That is how I'm playing the market today. But let's wait and see. This could be another lower high, and we could come down into the zone that everyone's calling. But let's wait and see, guys. For now, I think safe to get into small leverage longs. We can look at those later. Something like BNB. BNB not looking too bad, of course. Hasn't broken out yet. We can move this to about there now. And why I like BNB is it's also above its macro 50% level, just like Bitcoin. So the all-time highs there to the August lows. And, it's hovering just above the 50% level. So what I'd like to see for BNB is some more price action above the important EMAs. And yeah, I am comfortable with BNB above this 50% level over there. So I could be looking into a BNB long. This low is 17% away. So we can look at like a 5x leverage Binance long, target the $800 even round number over there. That would look like a decent trade. Risk reward won't be huge, So what we'd have to be looking at is for a tighter invalidation point. So what I'd be waiting for Binance, I wouldn't be getting in now. I'd be waiting for a breakout over there, get above the EMAs, of course, and then we can be going long on Binance from around here. Stops below the wick or just below, and then we are targeting there. And that gives us that 4.44 to 1 risk reward, and it's looking good. Okay, so there's a question about the ADA short. I am in a Cardano short. Let me bring it up. Slightly underwater at the moment, but this was more of a head short because I'm in a few longs. And the thoughts behind this short was we broke down from this, support, ascending support over there. We are below the important EMAs, and this is going to be a lot of resistance. So it is more of a head short position. I am in Solana long, Ondo long, Ton coin long. So I thought that going into a volatile news event, it would be wise to hedge your bets, because if the market does dump, this is going to print, of course. And yeah, if Cardano gets above here, then we're going to flip long. We're going to flip long and ultimately target those higher prices of $1.67. That is the thought. And of course, having a position short when you're very long or have a few longs, it is actually just taking risk off the table. We are hedging our trades. So, I've got a Cardano short, a XRP long from right now, similar leverage, similar risk. So, wherever the market goes, I'm protected. So that's the thought behind having a little Cardano short. And this price action does look good, of course. A lot of chopping over there. We lost the level, and this is resistance. That is resistance. So you got a lot of resistance overhead, resistance over there, resistance of the 250 EMAs, big wick over there. And this wick, of course, if we had to go into the 4-hour time frame, which we can, let's go into the 4-hour time frame. There was a massive zone over here of resistance, and you can see that we just swept, came below, deviated below. This was a good shorting opportunity, come down. So for now, if we do get above this level, then it is game on. So this is where the stop loss is. And I personally think that this is a decent trade, good risk to reward. 2.6 to 1 for a short isn't bad, especially when it is a head short. But shorting the market may not be wise. We can see a huge pump at the moment. I am positioned long on a few coins. So that is the explanation behind the Cardano short. Do you guys have any questions? Let me know if you guys have any questions. I always like to answer questions. DXY looks like it is getting slammed. Didn't make it to our 50% level. This was a high probability short DXY. You know, shorting the dollar would mean, you know, buying gold, buying euro, of course, euro USD, and ultimately the trading pairs that go against the dollar. This was the ultimate zone. We may not even get there, guys. And if we don't get there, it's showing that the dollar is weak and that we are going to see this. And guys, we all know what happens once we break this low, which, you know, our thoughts behind this was that this is a deviation. It was confirmed. We tested it as resistance. And the play was for the DXY to come down to the bottom of the range. Now, if the DXY comes down to the bottom of the range, it's going to look like it has broken this upsloping support, come down to the bottom of the range, test this as resistance, and this is when we're going to get that blow off top. This is the blow off top, guys. So I think the blow off top hasn't happened. The blow off top will most likely happen when the dollar gets that macro breakdown, which could be on its way, guys. It could be on its way. Any moment now. I think Q2 we might get some move to the downside. You know, and then I think Q3. So I think we could get something like this: Q2 down for the dollar, up and sideways. Q3, and then big breakdown into Q4, Q1 of 2026. And I think that's going to be a very bullish period for risk on assets. And we can see, you know, risk on assets outperforming, you know, general savings accounts and whatnot, guys. So that is kind of the plan for today. We're still just waiting for Bitcoin to get some resolution here. We can have a look at the stock market as well, because the stock market's looking good, guys. Stock market's looking good. Let me go back there. I did have this box drawn out for a while, which we managed to dip out. Sorry, guys, I'm just dragging things around here. Which we managed to dip our toes into. This was the ultimate buy zone, of course. This was the upsloping support over there. It was a key 50% level. It was bullish divergence. And what more can you ask for? So I think this is going onwards and upwards, looking like a very high probability zone. Strong candle close over there. But what I'd like to see is, you know, we are above the 50% level of a macro high and low, which is strong. So S&P 500 is in the stronger half, of course. But what I'd like to see is a reclaim of the important EMAs and then move onwards and upwards, make a higher high relative to this high over there. And then we are looking good, guys. So that is the action plan at the moment. And of course, if the stock market's pumping to the upside, you do expect crypto and you know, the risk on assets to follow along and make higher highs. But yeah, there we go. There we have it. Bitcoin approaching 86K. And it's looking good, guys.